Season on hold, LeBron James made his way to Nike headquarters in Beaverton and then dropped in here tonight. Brought along Dwayne Wade, his Miami Heat teammate, along with Chris Bosh from that basketball team. So they are on hand. Carmelo Anthony of the New York Knicks is here. And Chris Paul from the New Orleans Hornets. A win tonight, and the Ducks will host the first ever Pac-12 championship game. And Heather Cox is with us tonight. She's down with Chip Kelly. Let's go to Heather.
Brent, thanks so much. Chip, your motto is always, let's win today. In light of Oklahoma State's loss last night and the new battle for the one-loss teams, how much more important does that focus become?
We've been the same every week. We eliminate outside distractions. Our full attention is on that team over there, and that's it.
Last week you had tremendous success putting Stanford's Andrew Luck in uncomfortable situations. How do you do the same tonight against Matt Barkley?
Well, I think this crowd will help. I can't even really hear your question. They keep being this loud when they're on offense. I think we'll win.
All right, Chip. Enjoy the game. Brent?
Heather, thank you. So the Michael James is ready to go. He'll have to wait a while. Chip Kelly and the Ducks won the flip, and they have deferred, which is a touch unusual for them, but they will get the first possession of the second half. Now back deep for USC, Marquise Lee, the sensational freshman, and Curtis McNeil. And this is Lee from the 4-yard line, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at the 23-yard line. And our rivalry history is brought to you by Sprint. Look how the Ducks have dominated recently, but the Trojans overall have the lead. So here comes Matt Barkley out from the 23-yard line. The noisiest venue in the Pac-12. Otson. Woods goes in motion. They're going to flip it to him on the first play of the game, and nothing doing. Throwing for a loss. John Boyette, one of their leading tacklers, comes up from his safety spot and brings him down.
Boyette read that from the beginning. He knew exactly what was coming. I think Matt Barkley felt that he had maybe a matchup to his advantage to the field. A couple of blockers out there to be able to help out, but Boyette went right around the receiver and made a play for a big loss.
Barkley comes up under center. McNeil is right behind him on 2nd and 15. Hand to McNeil. Pounds on the right side.
The impact players obviously starts with Matt Barkley, the junior, who right now has 29 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. Curtis McNeil, I think, has been a difference maker in this backfield. Robert Woods will keep an eye on his ankle. Marquise Lee has got to be able to step up the production because of an ailing Robert Woods.
Ellison checks in. Woods is out to the left. Lee is to the right. Now motion. And there's a penalty flag on the play. Penalty flag is thrown and knocked away from Woods in that secondary by Troy Hill.
Illegal shift by the offense. 2 men moving at the snap. That penalty declined.
When you go back to the decision to defer with this crowd and with the way this Oregon defense played last week against Andrew Luck, they had 7 3-and-outs against Luck. Maybe that played into his decision, and right away the Ducks defense, they don't let him down.
And the Heisman Trophy candidate, LaMichael James, awaits this punt. Negretti had a great fake punt, but they won't be faking here in the early going. That was last week. It takes a USC bounce and out of bounds.
Everybody talks about the speed of Oregon, and it's very obvious what Monte Kiffen has to do, defend in space. But he brought up a great point. You and I have talked about this. Darren Thomas's ability to throw the football really makes you have to keep yourself honest defensively. You can't just sell out to stop the run in LaMichael James.
So it will be Darren rolling left and firing on first down, out of bounds at the 36.
Darren Thomas is 10th in the nation in passing efficiency, and if you overload that line of scrimmage, he'll make you pay for it with his arm.
Defensive coordinator Monte Kiffen with a base 4-3 to start out, and there's a first down pitch on the outside. They were soft on 2-A, and they went right to him before the defense, and that's Pollard getting over there.
And that's recognition by an experienced quarterback. He sees that soft coverage that you alluded to by Wiley, and he just says, I'm going to take it. He aborts the play and just takes the easy throw. 2 quick plays, 2 quick passes. This is the balance that I'm talking about with this offense.
And the ball is at the 45-yard line. There's Michael running into a pile, and you can see the Trojans met him with the committee. Let's take a look at the impact players here.
Yeah, Darren Thomas, we talked quite a bit about his ability to run and throw. Michael James and D'Anthony Thomas both will look to be able to try to get out in space and see how SC can defend him this year. Of course, Josh Huff had the big play last year as well.
They continue to be a little soft on the corners. Down the middle, incomplete, and McDonald had a shot at it in center field for the Trojans.
They've had to make adjustments because of what's happened to this defense the last couple years. They're going hurry up again.
And third down before the Trojans can get completely set, incomplete. And now the Ducks will be forced to punt. So the little defensive back, Roby, back deep. High punt. Comes up, gonna let it take a bounce, and it does for the Ducks, and it's out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Due to time constraints, we'll move ahead to further action right after these messages as the Trojans scoreless here. Come up with the ball as we continue Dr. Pepper's road to the championship. Mark Tyler. And he's behind Red Ellison, the fullback. Play action out of a power formation. Down the middle, Lee's got it! Touchdown, USC! What a great catch on play action out of a power formation. Troy Hill could not stop the freshman from Inglewood, California. What a play.
And this was a big matchup tonight that's going to determine the outcome of the game. A lot of inexperience, a lot of freshmen in the secondary, especially out on islands for Oregon's defense. Terrence Mitchell, Troy Hill in this case. How would they match up against this speed from USC and Matt Barkley? And that time, Lee went right by Hill for the touchdown. Even with the underthrown ball, he was able to come back and make the adjustment.
Extra point by Andre Hidari is good. 7-0, and we're continuing Dr. Pepper's road to the BCS Championship in New Orleans on the night of January 9th. Mark Tyler is the running back. We open with third down at Oregon's 12-yard line. Going to throw the fade to Woods. Woods in the corner, grabs it. It's battle, tug of war. Touchdown is the signal. Patterson was the defensive back. Let's take another look at this. It was a tug of war.
Patterson goes up once the ball's caught and thinks he has a chance to take it away, but that is a battle, continues on. As we always say, the tie goes to the runner. The offensive player, I think, had enough with that football to be able to show the official that he's got the ball, he's got his feet down, and he's got a touchdown. But again, it's a matchup to Matt Barkley's liking.
And Hidari tacks on the extra point. Second down and 10 here. They come back with a power running formation, and that was Mark Tyler, the ball carrier that time, and he is down at midfield. Let's check in down below with Heather Cox. Heather?
Well, Kirk, you were talking about Matt Barkley having something to prove. He certainly does to all these Duck fans. Earlier in the week, he went on record as saying he thought the Ducks had some holes defensively that the Trojans needed to exploit. He quickly backpedaled the next day, said, once I watched some film, I recognize they're a lot better than scores indicate, but certainly wanting to prove something, especially being 0-2 against these Ducks in his career.
He's looking for one of those holes right here. Incomplete. And it'll be fourth down. Woods the target. And Mitchell, the freshman corner from Sacramento, with strong coverage.
That's doing your homework and understanding that third down and short, you can expect. Look at he's expecting the slant. You see this leverage to the inside? He's taking that slant away just on his alignment. He knows where Woods wants to go, so he's in good position before the ball is snapped, and then he's able to get in perfect position by the time the ball is thrown to knock it away.
Negretti, the punter. Well, Michael James back deep, standing inside the Ducks' 15-yard line. Line drive. And James is swallowed on the catch. Ball will be spotted at the 11-yard line. With all the coverage fellas coming downfield, it is so hard in the college game to get any kind of a punt return going. Watch this. The number 4 Oregon Ducks, due to time constraints, we're moving ahead in our coverage. And a third down back can last a long time in the NFL. Here's Kenyon Barner in there to give him a blow right now with 3rd down and 2. And Barner picks his way, first down to the 35-yard line. But nothing's coming easy against this Trojan defense.
You and I have called some games with Oregon. Look at the pit. Look at the battle up front with the defensive line. People have talked about when Oregon's gone up against Ohio State in the Rose Bowl, LSU earlier this year, Auburn last year, the battle up front, the defensive line's the difference. That's how you stop Oregon, and right now that's what SC's doing.
Play action. Thomas wide open. Across midfield, and that is Colt Lyola. He is a freshman from Hillsboro, Oregon. He had a sensational high school career.
We talked a lot about what happens if you get crowded into the line of scrimmage, create some confusion. You got 3 freshman linebackers. One of the linebackers in that case looked like Lamar Dawson, may have been out of position, but you get lulled to sleep by defending that run. You're so disciplined, all of a sudden the play action's there.
Another play action, middle open, got it, touchdown, DeAnthony Thomas. Black Mamba strikes. And now, after every first touchdown, they set up for a 2, but if it's not there, they'll bring them back together, and they will settle for the traditional extra point. Alejandro Maldonado, he read the defense. They did not give him the play. The Trojans were ready, and it's a 7-point game. Eugene, Oregon, the USC Trojans taking on the number 4 Oregon Ducks. Due to time constraints, we're moving ahead in our coverage. Ellison is the fullback. Now he goes to the right side as a receiver. Barkley pump fake goes far side. Caught. It's Lee again. Breaks to the 6-yard line before the Ducks can finally get him down. John Boyette. Oh my. What a big timer.
Watch the adjustment here by Marquise Lee. And again, they're going after the freshman, Troy Hill. The ball is thrown. There's a safety behind to help. But you see, Hill never finds the football. Marquise Lee adjusts back to the ball. And what I love, Brent, is he doesn't give up on the play. He's still looking to fight and use his strength to try to get the ball into the end zone.
Now can the Trojans punch in their 3rd touchdown of the night? McNeil, the running back. There's the handoff. McNeil battles to the 2-yard line. And the ball will be spotted there. It'll be 2nd down and goal. And this sellout crowd is stunned. But it is shades of that Stanford game a couple years ago.
Boy, Marquise Lee's kickoff return, the play where he adjusts to the football. Well, he has had a big night tonight, and this drive after Oregon scores, he deserves a lot of credit for getting this drive going.
LeBron James has to be impressed that he was an all-state wide receiver in Oregon before he went to basketball full-time. Here comes Tyler, and he's swallowed. Terrific penetration by the Ducks that time as they come up and make the play. They did not give him a chance to get going.
This is a good job of getting that penetration, and Anthony Wallace coming in, doing a good job of being able to get through that defense. And Wallace is a guy who doesn't play a lot, but taking advantage of the goal line situation to get a chance to get in there. But he shot the gap and made the play.
Here's your 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Rolling right, Barkley throws, touchdown USC. Woods, his 2nd of the game.
And Matt Barkley threw that football early. He got the ball out of his hands quickly, and it gave Woods a chance to get the separation. He was in motion, kind of playing a little bit there with Terrence Mitchell in motion, but he got out away from Mitchell. and Barkley found him quickly.
Andre Hadari tacks on the extra point. Last night, it was Oklahoma State. Will it be the Ducks tonight? You're watching ESPN Saturday Night Football, presented by Southwest Airlines from Eugene, Oregon. The USC Trojans taking on the number 4 Oregon Ducks. Due to time constraints, we're moving ahead in our coverage. First down and 10. Remember, 50 seconds left. Ducks with 2 timeouts. They're at the 19-yard line. Darren pulls it out fake. End zone wide open. Is he inbounds? Touchdown! Anthony Thomas, his second of the game.
Boy, Brent, I don't know if he had possession of the football. He's already stepped out of bounds.
He's out of bounds.
And he doesn't even have possession of the ball.
This one was going to be overturned.
Without a doubt.
His right foot is out of bounds.
He's out of bounds right there. The play's dead.
The previous play is under further review.
This one will be turned over. Kelly is watching it quickly. He sees it up on the big board. He brings the offense over to him. He knows he's got to put in another play.
You know, Darren Thomas does a nice job here of actually reading the progression. The safety is going to get caught up on the receiver coming into the middle. And that's what Darren Thomas is reading. He sees that safety that's being held there, and he's able to throw the ball to the outside. He had him wide open. He just put too much air on it, and he pushed him over to the boundary.
When the receiver controlled the ball, his right foot was out of bounds. It is an incomplete pass. It will be second down for Oregon. The clock is right.
Well, Michael James takes the handoff into the middle. Keeps on battling. It's going to be marked just short of the first down. Starling and the Ducks.
Chip Kelly motioning for a timeout, but Oregon's going to press on.
And fumble! Trojans have got it. The Trojans, it is recovered by Starling. Jawanza Starling recovers the fumble, and an opportunity is wasted. And LaMichael a little bit slow here to get up. LaMichael James is also injured on the play, and they are looking at that damaged elbow.
But again, I mentioned Chip Kelly motioning for a timeout. They still press on here. A little spin move. And sometimes when you're trying to give that extra effort, sometimes that's when that football can come loose. How about that defensive line, the way they're playing tonight, Brent?
So they'll go into the kill the clock formation here. Going to take a 2-touchdown advantage into the locker room.
Brent, thanks so much. Coach, how has your defense been able to neutralize Oregon's speed and tempo?
Well, they're doing a great job tackling. You know, that's what it's all about. And so, but we've been here before. We were ahead of these guys last year. We've got a long ways to go.
Speaking of that, Oregon known for second half comebacks. How do you maintain this momentum?
We got to do nothing different on defense. Keep playing how we are. We got to play a lot better on offense and special teams.
Coach, thanks. Stay warm.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead to further action after these messages. Well, just moments ago, our Heather Cox caught up with Oregon coach Chip Kelly. Let's listen in.
Chip, what needs to change in the second half for you guys to win?
Can't turn the ball over in the red zone against a good team like that. So, you know, I think we've hurt ourselves in, you know, fumble down there on the 20 and then a fumble going in right there at the end of the first half. So we need to hold on to the football. You can't lose the turnover battle. Whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win the game.
The last series before the half when Michael James went down, what's his status for the second half?
I hope he comes out.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
And he did come out, ladies and gentlemen, shaken up a little bit at the end of the first half.
The kryptonite to Oregon's offense is a dominant defensive line, and that's what we saw in the first half from SC. The answer by Chip Kelly was to throw the football with Darren Thomas, and Thomas did a great job of throwing the football. He was 11 of 16 in the first half. They may have to do that, but they cannot get away from Michael James running the football.
And Darren Thomas keeps it, and he is slapped down. Deion Bailey. And again, another one of those open field tackles.
Yep, and you're getting an inside push there from Devin Kennard as well, who's had a great game tonight, a former linebacker who has moved down to defensive end, and Bailey is there with the quickness to make the play in space.
Second down and 10. Darren keeps it again and loses a half yard. Big Nick Perry, one of the best defensive linemen of the Pac-12, makes still another stop.
Here's a misread by Darren Thomas. He's reading Perry, actually. And if Perry collapses down on James, then he would pull the ball out. This time, Perry looked like he may collapse down, but stayed out. So by the time Darren Thomas pulled the ball, number 8's just standing there ready to make a tackle. Poor read there by Darren Thomas.
So it is 3rd down and 10 already for the Ducks. Opening up the second half with the first possession. Thomas is going to throw. He's in fumble. And pouncing on the ball, there's a tug of war underneath. So it's going to be forced. It was Pollard who forced that fumble.
Pollard comes on a blitz from the outside and does not give up on the play. And Darren Thomas had the ball down, removed away from his body. And Pollard does a good job of seeing that and just knocking the ball out of his hands.
Jackson Rice is run into, and they block it. They block the punt. USC with the big play to start the second half, and they're going to have a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. T.J. McDonald.
T.J. McDonald comes in, and he got in there so quickly, he almost overjumped the block. He comes from the offense's right side. They were overmatched there to the right side. McDonald makes the block. USC not only gets the stop, forces the 3 and out, but now they get the big block punt, and they've got great field position in the red zone.
Now, let me put it back on the 12-yard line so they can get a 1st down without scoring. They put McNeil in as the running back, and after the block punt, it is McNeil, and he crashes to the 9-yard line. As we take a look at the Pacific Life game summary, some of the stats that we have seen here, those 2 turnovers that Coach Kelly referred to were, of course, both in the first half, and now we've got a blocked punt on top of it.
And the passing yards for Matt Barkley. He has gone after the youth in that Oregon secondary and has had some big plays to Marquise Lee.
2 fine receivers. Lee is number 9, and he'll go back out to the right side. Fumble! Barkley picks it up, fires middle. Almost intercepted by Michael Clay. The big linebacker had a crack at that pass, and sort of an ill-advised pick up and throw by the quarterback here.
Well, Barkley doesn't give up on it, but he just comes up, fires it right underneath there to Brandon Carswell, who didn't have a chance at making a play here. Matt might have been guilty of trying to get out of there too quickly. Very fortunate that Clay, who got his left hand on it, did not come up with the interception.
3rd down. Tyler is the running back. It is from the 9-yard line. Barkley's back, throws out of bounds. Wood was the target on that play. He's caught 2 touchdown passes here tonight. Barkley, remember, is the holder. This would be a 26-yard field goal attempt. And Hadari slips it through. The defense stands tall for USC. You can see how they have shut down this quack attack, forced turnovers, 3 sacks, and also a blocked punt. So a dominant performance by Monte Kiffen on the defensive side and the special teams here tonight. Hadari will kick it off, and the Ducks will see what they can do about this 24-7 deficit. Fielded at the 18-yard line by Thomas. DeAnthony Thomas with great speed gets to the corner and is tripped up. And that was the kicker, Andre Hadari, who saves the touchdown.
Brent, this is really interesting. Talking with the USC coaches, I asked them about Hadari on the field before the game, had a little swagger about him. They said, he was a great running back in high school. They said, we love to find guys who are athletic in high school to be able to help us on special teams in this kind of play. Who would have ever thought a kicker could dive out there and stop DeAnthony Thomas from scoring a touchdown?
Marvelous ankle tackle. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. When you saw Hadari, and going back to your point, Herbie, he's a football player. He had an angle, and he knew, I've got one shot. I've got to go low. And he did. He got him by the ankle, and Black Mamba was finally stopped in an open field.
Yeah. He's an interesting character.
Now LaMichael James tries to get the edge, and the Trojans won't give it to him. That speed that Chip Kelly was concerned about defensively is really showing up.
And they're also doing a good job of making LaMichael James, when they are able to corral him, of running sideline to sideline. Instead of giving him creases upfield, they're being able to get in position with linebackers and safeties, making him bounce it and run more east and west, and they've got the speed to chase him down.
Herbie, we saw McAllister go off the field with an injury for the Trojans. Now they set a screen play. Huff breaks free. 15-10. And now the Ducks threatening to score here.
One way to slow down this kind of speed from SC is you get them coming after the quarterback. He's got to do the job of getting the ball out of his hands, and if he can do that, because of the way SC brought pressure, you get the ball to Huff, and he's got some blockers downfield. SC fortunate that Roby made the stop.
Barner in the game, gets to the right edge, and tip goes to the end zone. Touchdown Ducks. Not showing the two-point formation yet. So Maldonado will attempt the extra point, and the Ducks are back to within 10. The USC Trojans taking on the number 4 Oregon Ducks. Due to time constraints, we're moving ahead in our coverage. Kiffen dialed up some first down passes in the first half. Let's see what he does here. Content for the handoff, and McNeil breaks free. He crosses the 45-yard line into Duck territory at the 43, and the safety, Boyette, makes the stop.
Well, this USC offensive line does a good job from the right to the left of getting a big push there. Just a zone play up the middle. Some good blocking from the right side there with Martinez and Graff. Khalid Holmes, also the center, having a great night tonight. Opened up and gave Curtis McNeil enough room there to get to the second level, and he's got the speed. He can accelerate in a hurry.
Mark Tyler reports in as the tailback. Lee on the right side of the formation. Play action. Barkley looks down deep. Breaking free is the freshman. He's got it again and out of bounds. Oh my, Marquise Lee. One fine catch after another, and the Trojans are knocking on the door.
And Marquise Lee against double coverage. The corner sits back there. Boyette's back there. Look, there's a corner right there. He's a true freshman. He mistimed his jump. Matt Barkley took a chance there. He counted on his receiver to go up and make the play, and he did.
That's 146 yards receiving tonight for number 9, Marquise Lee. Now Woods is on the right. He's got 2 touchdowns, and this is a first and goal from the 3-yard line. Woods coming around. They hand it straight off, and banging toward the end zone is Mark Tyler. Touchdown. The line judge coming in said he broke the plane, and this might go back upstairs to our instant replay official Bill Richardson, who's had some tough calls tonight.
Brandon, it looks like he extended the ball across the plane before his knee touched. Let's take a look at this. Still up. I mean, it's right at the line. It's maybe an inch short.
So they've set up for the extra point.
Got it off.
And Andre Hadari adds the extra point. The kickoff is fielded 3 yards deep. And Thomas says don't even bother to come out. So Jackson will bring it out to the 20. Let's take a look now at tonight's Southwest Airlines playbook. It was McDonald swallowing a punt that set up a field goal. And then Barner tiptoed in at the other end, but Mark Tyler came back and by no more than an inch stuck it across the goal line before his knee went down.
Most impressive thing tonight, USC, they have answered. Every time Oregon has scored, SC has come right back down and put a touchdown on the board.
So play action, Darren Thomas is going to put it up on first down, and almost intercepted. It's incomplete. There's no question that Muko was in. He brought the pressure that time. Big number 90. Now you can see diving. Take a look at this one now.
Wow, it looks like he.
Ball's
what
on
an
the
effort!
ground.
What an effort by Bailey.
Great effort.
But George Uko, again from the backside, is putting a lot of pressure. That defensive line, somebody's always getting penetration.
And LaMichael James can't twist free. Hayes at the 21-yard line, and Hayes Pollard. So we came in expecting to rave about Darren Thomas from Crenshaw, but Hayes Pollard has done a heck of a job here tonight. 12 tackles and a sack already in this game.
And the freshmen, along with Deion Bailey and Lamar Dawson, 3 freshman linebackers holding their own against this Oregon offense.
3rd down and 9. Thomas dropped in the middle of the field by Huff. It is 4th and 9, and the Ducks will have to punt. And Chip Kelly is on upset alert now.
Well,
that's the 4th drop pass of the night.
And he's got an open man. It's a perfect read. They brought pressure. The middle of the defense is wide open, and Josh Huff just dropped the football. That's an easy 1st down.
Robbie is back deep. The little defensive back fields it at the 30. Cut off. And he is down at the 35. Let us check in with Heather Cox. Heather?
Brent, everyone talks about how hard it is to play here at Autzen Stadium. In fact, Lane Kiffen told us this is the loudest stadium he's ever been in, while fans behind the SC bench have been very vocal tonight, to the point where the players are actually listening and yelling back. In fact, Matt Khalil just yelled back, "As long as we ruin your season." So extra security has been brought over to run interference between the SC players and the fans, and the coaches just came over to reprimand the players, saying, "Focus on the field. Let the scoreboard do the talking."
Clearly, he doesn't remember the noise at the Swamp. 1st down and 10. That place could get pretty loud down there in Florida. Quick pass by Barkley to Woods. It was a soft corner over there by Terrence Mitchell, and Barkley read it perfectly.
And he almost forces your hand with this experience that if you're going to sit back with the younger corners and Mitchell, you're just going to give him an easy throw. You can see the accuracy. It almost forces this Oregon defense to eliminate that cushion, come up closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that can open up plays downfield to Lee and Woods, which we've seen all night tonight.
So it's 1st down and 10 at the 45-yard line for the Trojans. And here's McNeil. Breaks a tackle. Battles his way to midfield and beyond. This, in effect, Herbie, we talked about it in the 1st half for our audience. This is USC's bowl game. They're ineligible to go. They can't play in the first ever Pac-12 championship game. So Lane Kiffen and the Trojans are putting together maximum effort here tonight.
And not to mention, the Ducks have beaten them the last couple years, and I think there's a real chip on their shoulder about Chip Kelly and about the Oregon Ducks. Not only is this their bowl game, but I think they're anxious to try to avenge the last couple years in the way this game has gone.
2nd down and 2. And McNeil for the 1st down. Ball security so important tonight as the Ducks have turned it over, and USC with only 1, but 2 costly turnovers for Oregon here.
You know, when you bring up the name Lane Kiffen, a lot of times fans around the country, because of his past, have a strong opinion about how they feel about Lane Kiffen. Say whatever you want about Lane Kiffen. Recognize the job that he has done in the first couple years that he's been at USC, the cards that he's been dealt, trying to deal with the postseason ban, the scholarship reductions that are coming. This football team is well prepared tonight.
And here is Mark Tyler. And a fine run before Eddie Pleasant can bring him down, but he's across the 40-yard line. And, of course, the fine athletic director and a good friend of ours, Pat Hayden, dropping by at halftime to tell us how delighted he was with the performance by this football team in the 1st half. But as Pat left, his fingers were crossed. He knows what the Ducks can do in a hurry. 2nd down and 4. Play action, Barkley. Wide open. And Ellison slips out. A play that Lane Kiffen has used for years. He was so happy when he got off the bus and saw that there was no snow, as was earlier predicted. Here's a handoff. Tyler, 9 yards. Crosses into the red zone.
This is a balanced drive, running and throwing. Again, look at the defense has to be concerned about the quick throws, the vertical throws, that it's leaving the numbers to the advantage of the offense up front. And the offensive line, the backside blocks, the execution up front. Lane Kiffen so far has called 48 plays, 24 runs, and 24 passes. Just a great job of attacking the Oregon defense.
Kennedy Palomalu, his running back coach, was there behind him as you looked at Lane calling the plays. And he has done a fabulous job with these backs. Here comes McNeil for him. And let me go back on Kennedy Palomalu. And battling for that ball. Hang on now. Moving the pile. Many of you know him as Coach Pala. He changed his name to Palomalu, which is the family name over in American Samoa, to honor his family and his heritage. He is named Kennedy, folks, because he was born on November 22nd, 1963, the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated. He spent 5 years in the NFL as a running back coach. He is a good one. First down and 10 now, and Tyler is in as Palomalu's running back. McNeil will take a breather. Play action at the 5-yard line, and down is Marquise Lee.
How about the accuracy from Matt Barkley? Puts this ball low and away. The defense takes away the deeper throw downfield by Telfer, so he throws it low and away. The defender doesn't have a chance to make a play on that ball, and he puts it only where Lee can make the catch.
That's Woods. Directly behind. They scored a touchdown with this formation earlier. Now he curls it back, and he's got another one. Touchdown USC. The last time they threw to Woods coming out, but this time Telfer, Randall Telfer, the tight end, is the target.
And the reason they threw to Woods last time is when he went into motion, the defensive back followed him, Brent, and the quarterback, the reason that's so important is it tells him if it's man coverage or zone. And you'll see this time they didn't follow him, so it opened up for the big tight end in zone coverage for the touchdown.
Andre Hadari. And folks, number 4 is in big trouble.
Here's Woods, Brent, and when he goes in motion and he does this, last time the Oregon defense followed him. This time they don't. So right now Matt Barkley knows that the throw to the outside is going to be tough. He's going to want to try to come back in here to find the void in the defense. The throw to Woods is taken away. They're thinking it's the same thing. Comes back to the inside and finds the big tight end, the freshman, for the touchdown.
That was beautiful reading by the quarterback.
Absolutely. And there's the experience again. And just the overall command of the offense. Just command. This guy is in a zone. He's just feeling it.
He's thrown 4 touchdown passes in here. Chip Kelly has his hands full right now. It's been a long time since the Ducks tasted defeat at Eugene. Let me tell you that.
See how they respond to this. You know, this offense is not built to come back, but they are built to play hurry up. I want to see the attitude of the Ducks here with this kind of deficit.
There's a flag. It was stopped.
Delay
of game
by the kicking team, 5 yards. Still the kick.
Good kickoff. Fielded at the 4 by Thomas. And they run the reverse. Fake it. And Thomas keeps it. Thomas has still got it. 45. Midfield. Can Adari stop him again? No, sir. Touchdown, Oregon. .96-yard kickoff return. That's his second kickoff return for a touchdown this year. So the regular personnel stays. And now Chip Kelly gets them on the field, but they're showing 2 all the way. Darren fires, deflected, incomplete. And it'll stay at 38-20. And coach is not happy.
Obviously, Oregon needed something, Brent, and they got it from D'Anthony Thomas. A fake reverse, but watch the block. Remember when Adari made a play? Watch the block this time. This time they take him on, head on, get that kicker out of there, and give D'Anthony Thomas some room to run. Here's Brian Jackson, a defensive back that made the block. But last time we saw Hadari cover that kick, he stopped D'Anthony Thomas. This time, they get enough of him to get him out of the way, and then Thomas makes the play in the open field, and there aren't many people on this field that can stop D'Anthony Thomas, the true freshman, in the open space and room to run.
He's on the 47-yard line. First down. There's that slip screen to the outside. And Gallipo. I don't see any penalty flags over there, even though the crowd thought it was a little bit of a late push.
Gallipo hit him, and that was okay, but it was Wiley, 14, who kind of throws his arm into him and kind of pushes him down while Gallipo has him locked up around his ankle.
Yeah, I agree. Now they come back with the running play, and Barner slips a tackle, and he's short of the first down, just short of it. Now they say it is a first down. So the ball across midfield. Ducks come back. And Kenyon Barner is carrying the load. Harris with the stop. And Kenyon Barner brings it to the 34-yard line.
And Oregon upset. There's going to be looks like they're going to stop the action to be able to get a measurement here. Anytime the play slows down, Oregon sideline and the fans respond because they just want to keep going.
You know, you're talking about slowing down, and believe it or not, an old friend of mine who's a legend among basketball folks around the country, Paul Westhead, coaches the women's basketball team here at Oregon. He and Chip Kelly are very good friends. And last night I went over and watched Westhead's team, and they beat Illinois. And after the game, Coach said to me, Brent, I'm sorry we didn't score 100 for you tonight, but thanks for coming.
I love that attitude.
Oh, it's beautiful. There's the first down pitch to the outside. And 2-A. Working that sideline beautifully, and the Ducks are on the move again.
Great throw, an accurate throw. Gave 2-A a chance to catch the ball in stride and get downfield there for even more yards.
Across the 20. Darren Thomas complete to the 9-yard line. Josh Huff.
Good job coming off of his primary receiver. He wanted to go to his left. The defense was in good position to take that receiver away. He had to come all the way back to his right to find Huff.
First down and goal for the on-charging Ducks. Barner. Touchdown! Kenyon Barner, the backup for LaMichael James, delivers the touchdown.
Now there's Oregon's offense. Running the football out in the open space. The linemen getting around, in position, good blocks on the linebackers. Look at the receivers blocking downfield. That's how Barner's used to running, and that time they were able to do that against this SC defense, but there is a player down.
I believe it's Bailey. It is the fine linebacker, Dion Bailey. Maldonado tacks it on. Due to time constraints, we're moving ahead in our coverage. Second down and 14 for the Trojans. Ellison goes in motion. Barkley on that short drop. Pump fake comes back to the right side. High, intercepted. Picked off. And that's Boyette at the 40-yard line. And Barkley's complaining that there was holding on one of his receivers to no avail. Continues to complain.
Brent, he looked to his left and came back to Robert Woods. And what he saw when he came back to Robert Woods, coming over from the right to the left, is Robert Woods being held by the corner, Terrence Mitchell. And that's what held up him from getting in position to make the play. The ball is thrown up and behind him, the tip, and there's Boyette to make the interception.
So Barner stays on the field as the running back. Bust to daylight across midfield. Kenyon Barner. McDonald makes a stop for the Trojans, and Kenyon Barner has given the Ducks a boost.
And the thing Chip Kelly is doing with Barner in there is they're attacking outside. They're pulling linemen to get to the outside in the perimeter away from the teeth of this defensive line and linebackers.
On first down, they slip the screen. Close to a first down is Vaughn.
See, they're getting the ball away from the strength of this SC defense, the defensive line, and they're making that defensive line have to run, which can eventually slow them down and open up things in the middle.
Kelly complaining that they weren't moving the chains fast enough, and that time they hustled into it. It is 1st and 10. The ball at the 34. 8 minutes remaining. Pump fake. Darren Thomas back. Incomplete. 2-A on that far side, and it'll stop the clock. 7:55, 2nd down and 10.
Chip Kelly that time trying to get SC out of position. He went with that pump fake, trying to show that he was going to go with that quick pass to the outside. Tried to get SC out of position, but the discipline that time was there by Wiley and TJ McDonald. They took the vertical pass away, and Thomas didn't have anybody open.
Darren Thomas hands it to Kenyon Barner, breaks off left tackle. Is brought down by McDonald at the 22.
These last couple drives, first time we've seen the offensive line get in position and they'll be able to open things up for Barner.
Now they run it right straight ahead. The power game here with Kenyon Barner, and Harris makes the stop on that play, and it will be 2nd down now. The ball is across the 20-yard line for the Ducks. They're down 2 scores, remember. LaMichael James, who hasn't been in for a while, checks into that backfield. Play action to him. Darren Thomas down the middle. One-hand grab. Paulson battling for the end zone. And wrestled back at the 1-foot line. What a catch by David Paulson, the senior from Auburn, Washington.
What a catch by Paulson, thrown into double coverage.
And now straight ahead, touchdown Ducks. LaMichael James slips in.
Here we go.
Now we'll see if he comes back for 2 and tries to put this on a 3.
Well, he has to with 7 minutes to go. He's got to try to get it
on the field. They're going to go for 2. Darren Thomas fakes it, rolls to the left, looks for a target, caught at the back of the end zone by 2-A. And he was out of bounds. They're saying he was out of bounds. We'll take a look.
Wow. Another tough call for the replay booth. His left foot, I thought, came down. It's either touching the line or it's just in. Wow.
Oh, my.
Definitely have to take it. And this is such an important call. This is a better look here.
This goes upstairs to Bill Richardson. And what a night he's had. If you weren't with us, 2 tough calls and got him right, in our opinion, back in the first half. And now he's got this one in the back of the end zone.
The previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
It's such an important call. I think he's in. Really, really close. They've had 3 or 4 calls. I would not want to be in that booth making these calls. This is a closer look. I think you see a little green there.
runner controlled the pass, got his left foot in bounds, and controlled the ball throughout the process. The two-point conversion is successful. Immediate timeout.
So Lavoisier Tuine follows up on a great grab by David Paulson. He sets this touchdown up and almost battles his way into the end zone. Watch this grab. One-handed. The big tight end pulls it in. Maintains control. And from there, LaMichael James struck for 6. The USC Trojans taking on the number 4 Oregon Ducks. Due to time constraints, we're moving ahead in our coverage. They run power with McNeil. And they come up just a little shy of the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up the 3rd down. They have to get to the 22 to move the chains.
Interesting play call there on 2nd down and long, where they decided to still run the ball. As much success as they have had throwing the ball tonight on 1st and 2nd down, so it sets up a big 3rd down here for Kiffen and Matt Barkley.
Leading by 3. It is possible that Lane has decided this is 4-down territory, and he decided to give himself 3rd and short. Lee goes in motion, and they hand it. They've got a 1st down easy to the 15-yard line, and so Lane Kiffen not only gets the 1st down with these calls, he keeps that clock moving.
He motions Marquise Lee, and it's just enough of just something to distract the defense's eyes. They see Lee, who's a playmaker, going in motion to the offense's right, defense's left, and then they run the ball back with Tyler, who is, again, having a very productive night tonight, 11 carries and 52 yards. Look at the way they have mixed this up tonight with the run and pass. Very, very balanced attack with the selection of their plays.
Continue to shuttle running backs. McNeil back in for the Trojans. 1st down for the 15. And it will be McNeil into the heart of that defense. And he gets close to the 10-yard line. So this is a punishing ball-control drive with Lane sprinkling in a few passes to the middle of the field.
At this point, Brent, with 3 minutes to go, with SC up by 3, Nick Aliotti, the defensive coordinator for the Ducks, has got to be thinking they have got to hold SC to a field goal. A touchdown here pretty much puts SC in position to win the game. They've got to hold them in the red zone to a field goal.
Tyler back in as a running back for Coach Palomalu. Long fumble! Ducks have got it! Brandon Hanna comes up with the football. The senior from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. The biggest turnover of the night.
Brett, it's a stretch play, and Barkley tries to get the ball to Tyler. They've been flawless with the execution all night, and I don't think that Tyler ever opened up his arms to give the quarterback Barkley a hole. I don't know if he was thinking play action. Somehow they got crossed up. Barkley wanted to hand it off, and Mark Tyler looked like he was expecting to play fake and go play action.
Hanna recovers his 2nd fumble of the night. Kenyon Barner comes in as the running back. Darren Thomas on 1st down, incomplete. And it will be 2nd down. Hayes Pollard is there.
This is where Darren Thomas, who is 10th in the nation in passing efficiency and has had a good game tonight, throwing the football, 18 of 28, 227 yards, has got to make the good decisions.
Dion Bailey back on the field, injured ankle and all. Kenyon jumps a tackler, has the 1st down to the 31-yard line, and he's down.
Chip Kelly has been telling us for the last 2 years that LaMichael James is the guy, but they feel just as confident when Kenyon Barner gets a chance when he's healthy, and you can see it tonight.
Moving quickly now, Darren Thomas throwing sideline, and the line judge will mark it down right there. Josh Huff coming up with the catch at the 36-yard line.
And with 2 minutes and 3 timeouts, that is a lot of time for this kind of tempo from Oregon's offense.
Now Darren Thomas is back. Pump fake. Hit, sacked. brought down by big Nick Perry from Detroit. 139 and counting. Darren Thomas wants to set the screen. Wide open space with Paulson, the tight end, for a first down. A tight end screen. Clock stops quickly. A minute and a half, and here comes the offense.
Clock stops with the first down. What a call here with the blitz. They brought a corner blitz along with two linebackers. Thomas recognizes it, gets it off to Paulson.
The ball at the Ducks' 43-yard line. Darren Thomas throws, caught. And that is DeAnthony Thomas.
It's a wheel route out of the backfield. DeAnthony Thomas slips outside, and he's matched up there with Hayes Pollard. If Darren Thomas leads him, he walks into the end zone for a touchdown.
120. The ball is on the USC 43-yard line. Darren Thomas back to the middle, and it'll be second down and 10. Clock stops at 1:13. Gallipo, the defender.
This is where Darren Thomas a lot of times executes at his best and where he is in command, much like Barkley for the SC offense, when they're in this warp speed. Because he has run this offense so much, this offense may be going fast, but a lot of times Thomas makes his best decisions when he's got the defense on its heels.
Kenyon Barner into the running back. Into the flat. They throw back the other way. Wide open is Vaughn. Vaughn about a yard short of the first down. That's going to bring up a third down, and quickly the Ducks get to the attack. Inside of a minute, down by 3. Can send it to overtime with a field goal, win it with a touchdown. Kenyon has got the first down. Kennard was hanging on, and it'll be a fresh set of downs with the clock stopping, and there's your field goal man, Alejandro Maldonado.
The reason Chip Kelly's not using his timeouts is because he wants to maintain this tempo.
And it is stopped.
There he goes.
Timeout has been called by the Trojans.
Before the snap, timeout USC, their second timeout of the half. Full timeout.
USC leading, but only by 3. 38 seconds to go as we continue Dr. Pepper's road to the championship. Kenyon Barner stays as the running back. He's carried the load here in the fourth quarter for the Ducks. Barner slips to the right side and close to a first down, with Roby making the stop about a yard shy. They keep it
not
moving
using
now.
the timeouts. They're in attack mode still.
They've got the first down. This will stop the clock momentarily. The field goal long for Maldonado is 40 yards and a timeout now by Chip Kelly. He's going to run one here with Darren Thomas floating over to the left, firing high, and that will stop the clock. That was the signal by Kelly. Not for timeout, but throw it high and stop it out of bounds. That was the hand signal into the quarterback from the head coach. And Lane Kiffen is very happy about the situation right now.
I think he's trying to keep his team up and believing that they're going to find a way to hold on here and win this game. But again, it's worth mentioning to people watching Oregon, seeing that they have 3 timeouts and why they've allowed the clock to go off. It has everything to do with their momentum and trying to attack SC.
Second down and 10 for the Ducks. Over to the left flat and nothing doing. That was Tuane who made the catch, and there was no space there. And now with 7 seconds to go, the timeout has been used, obviously, with only 7 seconds.
With all the speed that they have in DeAnthony Thomas, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Josh Huff, tough to get the ball to Tuane. But this is what set this opportunity up. SC going in, a fumble mix-up there between Tyler and Barkley, gave Oregon the ball back and gave them this chance here to tie it up, maybe win it.
And Herbie, it would be a 37-yard field goal from this point. Maldonado's long is 40.
And with 2 timeouts,
exactly. They can run one play.
They can run a play, and is it even worth taking a chance? Why not just get it in the middle of the field? Get in the middle of the field and call a timeout.
They come over and they kneel down. There's a penalty flag, however. A false start. Oh, how costly that is. What a critical foul.
By the offense, 5 yards, still third down. This foul does not require a 10-second subtraction from the game clock because the clock was dead at the time.
Wow. Again, the left tackle, Darian Weems here, moving a little bit too quickly. They're set up to get this ball to the middle of the field to set up, make it easier on their kicker.
He's going to take a knee right there. But this will be a career long, I believe, for Maldonado. So Alejandro from Colton, California, Alejandro Maldonado. He's 6 of 10. And his career long is 40 yards. And here comes the young man trying to send us into overtime.
Wonder with Lane Kiffen having one timeout, if he pulls that right up into the last second, try to add to the drama here and try to see if he can add to the pressure of Maldonado. He's standing right by an official.
No need taking it home with you.
He's going to wait right before it snaps. There he wants it.
And the timeout is given to USC.
He's adding to the drama here, making Maldonado think about what's at stake. And for Oregon, all the talk about the BCS and Oklahoma State losing, and should it be Alabama, should it be Oregon? Oregon played a good game tonight, but they're playing a team that was very, very determined.
21 straight home wins. Longest active streak in the FBS. And it is on the line. Maldonado for the tie. His career long. And now Khalil moved in the middle, and he's saying the center moved him.
Moved into the neutral zone, causing the offense to move. Offside.
And it gave the 5 yards back that Weems gave them earlier with the illegal procedure.
Now it's within his strike zone. So this to send us to overtime. Maldonado on the way, pulled it left, no good. USC upsets Oregon. Another big player in the BCS drama falls. A fabulous performance by Matt Barkley tonight. 323 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Lane Kiffen, the play caller, comes away with his biggest win ever at USC.
No question about it. Congratulate USC for coming into Autzen Stadium, the most difficult place to play in the Pac-12, and Lane Kiffen did an outstanding job of preparing his team and getting them ready for this game.
And he's down below with Heather Cox, so let's go to Heather now.
Brent, thanks so much. Lane, congratulations on the win. What kind of statement did this make tonight?
Well, I don't know. It's the next game, but it was awesome. This is all about our fans and our players. They've been through so much. They've had so much taken away from them, and we just keep moving those clouds away, and just so happy for our fans and our players.
You talk about so much being taken away because of the NCAA ban. Because of that, how much was this a conference championship game for you guys?
I don't know. You know, they're a great team. Coach Kelly does an unbelievable job, and their players played their heart out today, and it's pretty fun to see our young guys come away.
Certainly very excited. Now, the last 2 years, you guys lost by combined 48 points. How does this help erase the memories of the past?
Well, I don't remember that.
Short-term memory. Coach, thanks. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Indeed, Heather. Congratulations to Lane Kiffen and the entire coaching staff at USC. This was a fabulous performance, and this was the kick that ended it. Pulling it to the left, and the Trojans hang on. And again, Herbie, we go to the last play of a game to decide it.
Yeah, it seems like everywhere we show up, it goes down to the last play. But Matt Barkley, there late in the game, the interception, the miscue there with Tyler in the backfield gave Oregon a chance. The Ducks almost got back in position to tie it or win it, but the kicker could not come through. Maldonado and Lane Kiffen's team escapes with a great victory for this program.
Let's go back to Heather now. She's got the quarterback.
Matt, congratulations. Moments ago, you spent quite some time with your coach, Lane Kiffen, and Embrace. What did you guys tell each other?
Gosh, we pulled this off. It's about time we pull off a game like this. And, I mean, there were moments when we could have put it out, but our defense, special teams, pulled it out at the end. I mean, praise the Lord. This game could have gone the other way, but finally, the Trojans pulled one out. It feels great.
You were in so much control throughout this game, but the drive to determine the game, you had to stand on the sidelines and watch as Oregon drove the field. What were you thinking during that final drive and the missed field goal?
I was thinking back to years past when our defense has given up big games like that, but this year we're a different team. And we pulled together big wins towards the end of games. And tonight was just another one of those games where our defense made plays. They didn't let them score, and it came down to special teams, and we made the plays.
Matt, go enjoy this win. Congrats. Brent?
And Heather, the Pac-12 North goes to a civil war.